Lesson 29, the Central Limit Theorem. Example 3. The duration of human pregnancy follows a normal distribution with a mean of 274.5 days and a standard deviation of 13.6 days. An obstetrician's practice is currently treating 25 pregnant women. Would it be unusual if the mean duration of pregnancy for these women were to be no more than 270 days? Well, here we're trying to determine if this event is unusual. Now, an event is unusual if the probability that that event occurs is less than or equal to 0.05. So we need to calculate the probability of this occurrence and compare it to the 0.05. The event in question here is if the mean duration of pregnancy for these women were to be no more than 270 days. So this problem involves the mean, or x bar, for these 25 pregnant women. The results of the central limit theorem can be applied to probability problems involving the sample mean. So the results are that the sample mean, x bar, follows an approximate normal distribution, where the mean is the same as the mean in the population, and the standard deviation is the standard deviation from the population divided by the square root of n, the sample size. Here we're told that the mean was 274.5 days. So the mu sub x is 274.5. We're also told that the standard deviation of this population was 13.6 days. Thus, the sigma sub x is 13.6, and it gets divided by the square root of n, which is 25, because this obstetrician is currently treating 25 total pregnant women. So now, the question: would it be unusual if the mean duration of pregnancy for these women were to be no more than 270 days? Means that we're not looking for anything that is more than 270. That would be everything that is less than or equal to 270. So we're trying to find the probability of everything being 270 days or less, all the way down to the minimum duration of a pregnancy. So when we're given the values of the random variable in question, in this case, no more than 270 days, which would be the x bar of less than or equal to 270, and we're trying to find the probability, the command we would use is the normal CDF command. The normal CDF command requires the input of 4 values. The first is the L, and the second is the U, the lower and upper limit of the answer we seek. In this case, the lower limit is the minimum duration of a pregnancy, which we're going to use as 0 days, comma, all the way up to the 270 days as the upper limit, comma, the last 2 values are the mean and the standard deviation. In this case, since we're dealing with a sample mean, the population standard deviation is adjusted by dividing by the square root of n. So we use the mean, 274.5, comma, the standard deviation, 13.6, and then divide it by the square root of 25, the sample size. On the TI-84 calculator, we can press second, DISTR, arrow down to find normal CDF, press enter, and then we enter 0, comma, 270, comma, 274.5, comma, 13.6, divide by second square root, 25. Close parenthesis, enter. And here we find the probability rounds off to about 0.049. So now we can compare this probability to the 0.05. When we do, we see that 0.049 is indeed less than or equal to 0.05. Thus, it would be unusual if the mean duration of pregnancy for these 25 women were to be no more than 270 days, since the probability that this would occur by chance, 0.049, is less than or equal to 0.05.